Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended. Today we're taking a look at the haunted house, the abandoned house that I built on Aberration in preparation for Halloween and maybe, hopefully, a Fear Ascended or Fear Evolved event that we'll be getting soon as well. And before you start asking, I will be making a full step-by-step tutorial of this pretty soon, so that if you want your own haunted house in time for the spooky season, then you'll be able to build this as well. We actually designed this together on stream, and I'm quite happy with the amount of detail in this build. If you take away some of the ruined and boarded up structures, you could probably just make this as a pretty nice base to live in, because there's a ton of detail here to enjoy. So let's check it out and let's take a little look around my haunted house, my abandoned house for Halloween. And we built it right here on the map. Let me show you the location. So we're right on the edge of the virtual lake. And as you can see, we built this on top of this like little pillar here in the swampy area on the edge of the lake. And I really like the way it turned out. Obviously, right now with the sun out, I guess this is the sun on Aberration, it's quite good visible, but I really like when it gets a little bit darker, the spooky moonlight comes in, it looks really nice as well. We'll take a look at that a little bit later, but this way it's a little bit easier to see the build. And right here we can actually see that there used to be a bridge here, but because it's like a haunted and abandoned house, I felt like it was more suited to actually have like a crumbled down bridge instead. But yeah, we have a very nice looking haunted house, if I do say so myself. So there's a lot of detail, as you can see, a lot of different layers to this build, which is what I think makes it so nice to look at. So we got this build on the right with a little balcony on the top and everything, and using signs as boarded up window details, and then also just having some of the windows being broken and everything just adds a lot of character to the build, of course. Then we got this main entrance, which again has like 2 layers on it before you get to the roof and the tower. You got this little ramp roof as well, and just these arches. Now you can totally, completely build this without needing any mods. Some of these structures that you see, like this arch and these stone railings, are actually a custom cosmetic called Mana Mod, which you can also use on official servers, and it's a great addition to your builds, because it just adds new variations of some structures that really blend in well with the normal stone bits, and for a build like this they really were a lifesaver. And then of course you can see I've blended in some of the new steampunk skins as well, but kind of using them more like proper like I guess manor skins. I really like these pillars combined with the stone. Nice little bit of detail. And then we got more boarded up windows here, broken windows here, and yeah, then of course the plants, that is a mod, but you could still have the build without them and it would still look really nice. It's just some extra detail and extra overgrown vibes to add to it. Then this clock is actually from the Western Deco mod. I believe there's also a custom cosmetic version of this, but of course you could also use the normal clock version that we have in the game right now with the Bob Talltales DLC. And then you'll see some of these lanterns on top of the towers to make them a little bit more spiky, and a bunch of decoration around, which is all used from the JVH landscaping mod with the plants. But yeah, I really like the way this building turned out. I placed too many signs, however, in this area, and I'm not allowed to place any more. So yeah, maybe I should have slowed down a little bit with them. But yeah, it does add a lot of the vibe of a haunted house or abandoned house to it. So yeah, let's check out the build in a little bit more detail. So we've somehow leapt across the bridge and we made it here to the little haunted house. I really love these dead trees as well. Again, part of the JVH landscaping mod. Although you could probably find some dead trees around. Like there is some of these dead trees that you can probably scoop up with the shovel in the Bob Talltales DLC as well. So there is alternatives, of course, to get close to this kind of look. But of course, mods just make your life a little bit easier. Now here we've got some hay bales lying around, we got some bones, some cages just to add to the spooky feeling. We got some of those dino bones around as well, which really add a nice vibe and pull it back into the ARK side of it, all right? Then this tree I really like the look of as well. Some more cages, some more bones. And I kept it very overgrown. Normally you would clear out the plants when you start building, but here I felt like it was part of the build just to leave all the original vegetation in as much as possible to really get that overgrown feeling of plants, just starting to reclaim it without even adding these of the mod myself. This is just the normal ones that were already there. Got some glowy mushrooms as well. That really adds a lot, of course. Adds some nice glows. You've got a little workshop here if you needed it. You've got a little cage here in a dark little corner to make it very creepy. And then we can enter the manor itself. So the decorations inside is a combination of those plants from the JVH mod. We have some Western Deco mod. We have... Oh, I think that might be it, actually. The rest is just the normal structures from the Bob Talltales. So we got a little bed there that we need to sneak by. But yeah, I tried to make it somewhat still like the manor that it used to be, but then also overgrown, a little bit chaotic, furniture not lined up anymore, like it's been rummaged or something, or looted for like stuff. Yeah, I think this turned out quite nice that way. The rugs are all like crooked and like for some reason they're overlapping into the structure, but I kind of like that actually, like they're completely dissolved after years of being abandoned. Then we got what's supposed to be like the dining room or the dance room, and we have some poker tables abandoned here. The piano, some of the library things, of course, and then from the Western Deco mod you have some of these really cool details as well. Yeah, just trying to make it look like it's been abandoned. Some of the lights are still on. I wish we could make them like flicker. But yeah, this does look quite nice. And the mushrooms with the glow really adds a lot as well, of course. Yeah, so we just have this as a build. And of course, we get a little earthquake. The house is collapsing, guys. It's all part of the atmosphere. Okay, I think the earthquake is dying down. It's quite cool what it does with the plants, though. So yeah, this is the downstairs area where we have this little chaos, and then we can go to the next floor. I really like the effect of having some windows being broken out and others still in place. Really adds that nice abandoned feel to the building. And then here we got more chaos. We got some treasure chests, we got some library, some other storage in general, and yeah, just a lot of atmosphere to the build. We got like little bathroom over here. Some fireplaces, of course, not being on, and yeah, just more storage and chaos everywhere to kind of create that little feel of an abandoned house. We got a little abandoned bedroom here. This is, of course, where we access that balcony to enjoy our view as well. Yeah, so just a nice, cozy little abandoned house. I wish we could place cobwebs down in ARK. That would be really helpful for this. Yeah. And then we can find our way all the way up to the tower as well, where we got the bell. We got the decorative bell. I placed the teleporter here so that I can get here quite quickly from my other builds. But yeah, that is my abandoned haunted house for Halloween, for Fear Ascended. Hopefully we'll get that event. And I do think it ended up being a very nice build to look at. Very atmospheric. Really happy with the way this one turned out. Yeah, might be one of my new favorites, and I think I might actually want to kind of move into this base. Even though it's kind of haunted and abandoned, I kind of do want to live here because I feel like it's just really nice to look at. So let's change the time of day a little bit and see what it looks like a little bit more in a spooky moonlight session. Alright, there we go. It's a little bit darker now. There's the moonlight out in the sky coming in through the ceiling, and you can see what this island looks like now. It looks a lot more menacing. You see some of the glowing mushrooms a little bit better as well, and of course the bats around it just to add that creepy vibe to the place. And yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this build. I really like it. I don't know quite what it is, but I just think it's a really cool atmospheric build. And I think that's just a nice achievement to get in ARK, you know, to really get those vibes in there. Anyway, I think that is also going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this build and you want to see the tutorial, let me know down in the comments below. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.